Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a match between Hurricane and Solar here on Nightshade, the latter edition. Top left-hand corner, it is the Korean Protoss player. He is blue, he is Hurricane. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the red Zerg player, Solar. Also Korean. So Korea versus Korea here for you today on the channel. This replay is courtesy Wardy. He sends out replay packs to those people who subscribe to him on Wardy's Twitch stream. I'll put links to his YouTube channel and his Twitch stream in the description. Go check him out if you haven't already. I can't imagine anybody who knows about Falcon Paladin but doesn't know about Wardy, but hey, maybe there are some of those people watching this right now. Alright, so Hurricane tries to block the hatch, and oh my gosh, just barely couldn't make it. Woo! Solar 16 hatching it. Just barely. And Hurricane is going for a gateway expand here on Nightshade. Just scouting around. Just waiting to see the timing of the extractor and the pool. And just making sure it's not a 3-hatch before pool. Because that is a macro build that beats gateway expand. But nah, it's an extractor pool here. 18, 17 supply. And then a third base. Somewhere between now and 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and see what Solar wants to do. Oh, there we go. Saturate, man. Maybe I should start doing this. Saturating your gas one at a time. No real hurry for gas here. No real hurry for speedlings. I guess that's because slowlings and queens can handle like 1 or 2 adepts, right? And that's pretty much all Hurricane can do here off of the 1-gate expand. So, hatch here before queen. Okay, I was gonna say, where's the queen? Not here. Definitely one coming in the natural base, but if you want to go for that 3rd hatch before you get those queens and that speed out, you got to sacrifice something. And here it is. There's that 3rd hatch, the sacrifice of the queen being late in the main base, and the sacrifice of speed not coming up. But again, he was able to do it because he didn't, he didn't saturate the gas anyway. So he's still not getting metabolic boost because he's waiting for the 100 minerals, and there it is. So not bad. I kind of like the earlier 3rd base here, to be honest with ya. Adept is moving out. Another Adept is on the way here for Hurricane, and it is a Stargate opening, as is tradition in this matchup. I mean, not incredibly common these days, just because that whole Adept Resonating Glaive all-in is something that has been coming in more and more often, but, making oracles and stuff is always considered a pretty solidly good thing to do. So we have an oracle name ready to go if we need one of those, if that's what comes out, or if it's just going to be a mass of Phoenix, which could be pretty good as well. But it looks like it's going to be a Phoenix first, which doesn't mean a whole lot of Phoenix. It could be just one, with a couple oracles to show on up and just require Solar to invest in defense a little bit more than like a single queen and a spore at each base. At some point, what you need there is you're going to need either 2 spores and a queen or 2 queens and a spore if 2 oracles show up, especially if they have a Phoenix supporting them there. I first saw Showtime do that years ago now. I assume he didn't come up with it, but he was the one that I saw popularize it, at least on my channel. So Phoenix is going to kill the Scouting Overlord, which says, yes, the Stargate, of course. You're not surprised by any of this. There is an oracle coming in, though. So this oracle's name is Jonathan Sorrell. After a tragic death caused by a vehicle rollover in the early 21st century, the Protoss found remains scattered across what used to be the Rocky Mountains in Earth. Upon using advanced reconstruction technology, the Protoss found an intelligent soul with a penchant for strategy. Using the Xel'Naga tech, Jonathan was rebuilt into an Oracle pilot, giving an undeserved end a second chance to exhibit skillful flight and compassion for the Protoss cause. Rest in peace, Jonathan. I don't know who Jonathan Sorrell is. The name sounds familiar. It is ringing some bells here. I just don't know exactly who this fellow might be. It is another Oracle coming in, though. We saw that on the production tab. We saw that on the Stargate itself. So at this point, Roach Warren is coming up. He's getting a lair back here at his main base as well. Creep spread connecting all of the bases, which again is the baseline for creep spread. If you want to push it out further, great, go for it. But make sure your bases are connected with creep first. Oracle comes in and gets, 1 kill, which is kind of tradition with 1 Oracle, no big deal. Speedlings trying to kill these Adepts. Can't quite pull it off there. Not enough of them to get that surround. The Adept control here by Hurricane is pretty good. And yeah, both of these players are well known for their accomplishments on online cups. They're both really good when it comes to like the online cups that are going around all the time in the StarCraft 2 scene. But as far as the premier tournaments go, neither one of them have really done a whole lot. They have both played in GSL, but haven't really placed very high. But I mean, to be fair, they've placed in GSL, which makes them stupid levels of elite. So I really maybe shouldn't complain about that too much. That said, I don't know. I think it's more you guys who are like, if it's not innovation and it's not Cyril, then I don't care. It's like, all right, cool. You guys. I mean, you clicked on this, but man, it sure feels like if I don't put up an innovation game or a Cyril game, it just doesn't get any views. Especially lately. I don't know if the Brood War stuff is kind of smothering it on the channel or what, but if you're watching this, like, please be aware, I'm posting new StarCraft 2 casts on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. Like, it's a lot of StarCraft 2, you guys. And I don't know. I worry that people don't know that, right? I worry that they maybe think I only post a StarCraft 2 cast once every couple of weeks, but no, if YouTube is telling you I'm only posting that infrequently, that's a total lie. I'm posting it most every day of the week. StarCraft 2 is how I got my start. I love StarCraft 2. I love Brood War as well, but I'm not going to let it take over, you know, the StarCraft 2 stuff. So that is quite a number of Phoenix here. It is basically Sky Toss you can do in the first 5 minutes of this game without any carriers. You're going to try to get some kills, and like the anti-air here is pretty much nothing. There are some spores coming up. There's already one at each base, but I mean, this is, yeah, this is incredible. What a great opening here. 6 drones killed. And the trick here, as they try to lift up a queen and kill some overlords at the same time, queen does go down. Overlord's getting sniped as well. Does lose an oracle. I think that was Jonathan Sorrell to that spore crawling. And trying to supply block solar here, but he's making overlords. He's making corruptors to deal with this. This is a really annoying strategy, but the trick is that Phoenix can't kill buildings. Right? And they can't really be in 2 places at once either. So if you have enough wings, you could do this stuff. Like harass little transfer lines. There's a tiny little army here for Hurricane on the ground. But especially with the support of that shield battery, they should be able to handle themselves in most situations against that number of Zerglings. So Solar's like, look, yes, you did end up killing 23 drones in the first little bit here, but I have 68 workers to your 60 probes. So I mean, at this stage, I don't know. Yeah, keep it going, man. But I will just keep making drones as long as the day is long. I'm going to use my corruptors to try to get hits off on you, but, you know, surprisingly, Phoenix kind of trade decently well against corruptors, especially if they have the Anion Pulse Crystal upgrade, which they don't. But, I mean, just giving them extra range against those corruptors allows them to kind of kite them forever and ever. It's kind of amazing. But, yeah, if the corruptors do jump on you, they don't do, you know, bonus damage versus the Phoenix because the Phoenix are not armored flying units, but still, they hit them hard enough. But they do cause them some problems in a straight-up engagement. But look at Solar. He's like, I got 83 workers. Like, congratulations. You've killed 26 drones of mine. This is me not being incredibly worried about that at all. He's getting another base. I mean, he's just so casual about this whole thing. It's kind of amazing. Corruptor is getting hit by ground units, which is never anything that they want to do at all. Corruptor is maybe trying to do a caustic spray or something, but Hurricane's like, hey man, no. How about you don't do that? How about I get some stalkers up to make sure you can't caustic spray anything inside the main base either. Focusing down the one wounded Corruptor, which does have 3 HP and does manage to... Oh, the stalkers. Are they going to target fire the right one? Actually, no. They could have totally killed that. Meanwhile, Oracle sneaks in with 9 kills. It gets 4 more drone kills. But Solar's like, you can't attack me with a ground army. I feel totally okay with this. I've lost 30 drones and I have 80 workers right now. And 4 bases. I am beyond okay at this stage of the game. I'm making a million Zerglings. I'm getting Surgical Hooks. I got Banelings. I got +1 melee attack here, too, at 9 minutes, which is just fantastic. And here come the Stalkers, man. The Stalkers are doing stuff. The Caustic Spray is going after the Templar Archives and Hurricane's main base, which looks like a pretty big deal here. So Roach, Ravager, Baneling. Mostly Ravager-ling, Baneling, though. Not many Roaches in this engagement. Trying to deal with this little Stalker Immortal attack that is pretty aggressive for Hurricane, considering him spent so much time on those Phoenix. Baneling's getting some decent hits on the sentries. Nicely done. Only, 5 sentries remain as opposed to like 8 or 10 they had before. Phoenix coming in, trying to lift units here. You know what? This is going pretty darn well for Hurricane. Might have to abandon this, but is there enough anti-air to deal with those queens? I don't know. The Corruptors are coming back home to try to save the units that are getting lifted. Drones are getting pulled to try to deal with this situation. And it looks like Solar is going to be able to rebuff this, if temporarily. Again, the Phoenix should not be engaging here at all. They still don't have the range upgrade, which is weird if you're going to make this many. To not have the Ion Pulse Crystal upgrade seems a little bit odd, but that, you know what, we'll roll with it. Don't you know? We'll roll right with it. Templar Archives getting replaced back home. Ravagers just straight up trading with these Stalkers. The Blink Stalker, the Blink ability allows them to make more efficient trades here. All but one of the Phoenix are gone. It looks like Solar is able to hold on. His army supply is 75 to 54. Some of it is on the other side of the map here for Hurricane. 18 Lings in production, working on +1 missile attack. He's got a 5th base up on the right-hand side of the map right now. He's 5 base to 4 base right now. I think Solar is doing okay. I think Hurricane did a ton of damage early with that Sky Toss stuff, but Solar just kind of went with it. He weathered the storm. Now he's fine. He really is. These Stalkers are trying to get some trades, which again, the Blink allows them to do pretty effectively, but I don't know. Are we going to Caustic Spray? He's going to try to maybe Caustic Spray something down, but like 1 sentry perhaps might stop them from doing it. The Zerglings are just every hit they get off on these Stalkers is a good hit. The Banelings don't do bonus damage versus Stalkers, but they hit pretty hard nevertheless against the Stalkers. That group kind of, yep, 1, 2, 3 Stalkers getting picked off there. The Corruptors making sure the last Phoenix gets destroyed. Charge is getting researched right now. Banelings getting some decent hits on these Zealots. And suddenly, 95 to 58 army supply. Solar is pushing across the map right now. Prosopile rushing onto the ground, but being dodged pretty ably by Hurricane there. And APM goes over 1,000 for Solar. I know I'm getting a lot of comments about this. As Hurricane goes through a bit of a counterattack here, the Banelings, a lot of them get canceled. The Stalkers are just massacring the Ravagers as they try to run away. It almost doesn't make any sense to run from Stalkers in that situation. You're going to lose all your dudes anyway, and suddenly it's 58 to 56 army supply. Hurricane has a lead in army supply right now. More Roaches, more Ravagers coming on in. +2 attack, about halfway complete here for Hurricane. Still, it is a 5-basing Solar versus a 3-basing Protoss Hurricane, and now a 5th base is coming up at the 12 o'clock position. Again, trying to engage here just a little bit. Hurricane's been doing a lot with, like, largely Blink Stalkers against this. Getting some good trades. Losing some Stalkers, but, you know, taking a lot of stuff with him. Banelings crashing on Stalkers is better than Banelings crashing on these Zealots, which they are doing right there. 34 Lings in production. Boom, 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 boom. This is a pretty good back and forth game, man. Hurricane pushing into Zerg territory, Solar pushing into Hurricane territory. These guys seem pretty evenly matched. I won't be surprised if they're ranked about the same on the GSL standings. If I had to guess. Zerglings, ooh, they were going after the 4th base, but that 5th is pretty tempting. They do run around back this way to try to take it down, but the army does pull back. They recognize the Lings come past that pylon, and they weren't that far from home anyway. So again, giving Solar time to breathe and time to make additional Zerglings and additional Banelings, which do take a second to morph in. Lings just trying to pick off individual probes here. Is that the second probe to die today? Is that one at 13 minutes? Which is incredible. Income advantage is hugely favoring Solar and has been largely for the last 10 minutes, as again, number of bases just favors him pretty immensely. Lings do roll in to deal with the Zealot attack at the 6 o'clock. The Queen goes down, but can be replaced fairly easily. And now Hurricane attacks it to the north, where Ravagers and Banelings are ready to rock. The Banelings are sitting here at +1 attack, almost +2 attack. Which again, Banelings, if you're just trying to go 0-0 Banelings against Zerg, against Protoss, or against Terran, you're going to have a bad time. What you need to be doing is getting at least +2 Banelings. If you could do that, I give you my approval. +3 is even better. And that's why Solar's going for that +2. Not necessarily just for the Lings, but for the Banelings as well. Archon down. Hurricane backing up, blinking up, stutter stepping as well as he can. Big time Baneling hits here, though. Ravagers and Roaches getting some serious hits. I don't know that Archons are what you want in this situation. Not when there are this many Ravagers and Roaches. The Immortals do kind of help even that scale just a little bit. But yes, the Banelings crashing relatively harmlessly onto the Archons, although weaken them up a little bit. A couple of them do go down. Now, this has been non-stop, man. The Banelings rolling. They don't have the +2 attack, but it doesn't matter when there are this many of them. 19 probes down. 18 drones killed in the last couple of seconds here. It's 53 to 46 workers. Hurricane's army largely gets cleaned up, as there are just too many Ravagers, too many Roaches. And that Immortal does end up going down there. So army 42 to 22 in favor of Solar. He hasn't lost a base yet. Again, he's lost a total of 58 drones. Losing 58 drones in 15 minutes does not seem like it would be great for you, but when you're getting damage done on the other side and taking out many, 21 probes of your opponent, you're going to do okay, which income is barely favoring Hurricane at this moment. His 4th base is rolling, and by that I mean he doesn't have any probes at it anymore. But at least the Nexus isn't dead, and Solar continuing to push in with not much of an army right now. The Banelings are just crashing on whatever they want to, which, I don't know, nothing. Sure, they'll get a nothing hit there. Look at these +2 lings on that Immortal. Just crushing them, and Hurricane taps out. Solar is your winner there in 16 minutes and 8 seconds. What an absolutely fantastic display coming out. That was beautiful. That was an absolutely 100%, million% beautiful play there out of Solar. Good back and forth. Again, losing that many drones, 58 drones. Doesn't seem like something that would be very conducive to winning, but his macro was good. Everything about it was good here from Solar. He weathered the early Phoenix massacre of his workers. He weathered the early attacks there from Hurricane. Hurricane, no splash damage. That, except for the Archons, which I guess counts, but I would still prefer to see like Disruptors or Storm. Especially against Zerg, if they're going like a Ravager Baneling like this. Storm seems like it'd be a lot better. I wonder if the snipe of the Templar Archives was the biggest problem of the day there, right? He was planning on getting Storm, but then he lost the Templar Archives and had to replace it and then start researching Storm, and then he figured it might be too late. So maybe he just bailed on it there. I don't know. Hard to know. When the heck did a Nexus die? Do you guys remember a Nexus getting killed? I do not. I might have missed it. Might have been somewhere on the minimap that I completely missed. Entirely possible. So 29,000 resources lost for Hurricane, 32 lost for Solar. Pretty even stuff when everything is said and done there. But fantastic, just great. Great from Solar there. Hurricane not quite able to get into the tech that he wanted. He made some good trades overall, but not good enough. And Solar comes out on top. So a really, really good... Boo-boo. Really fantastic match there between these two players. All right. Well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.